It doesn't happen overnight. He doesn't wake up and suddenly feel invisible. It's subtle, quiet, like a string slowly unraveling from the inside. One day he's her hero, her protector. The next, he's background noise, tolerated, not wanted, needed, but no longer desired. And the worst part? He doesn't even realize when it begins. Most men don't. In this video, I'm going to expose the silent pattern. How men lose power in relationships. How it begins, how it grows, and what you can do before it's too late. Because if you don't catch the shift in time, you'll find yourself in a relationship where your presence feels like an obligation, not a privilege. Let's begin. At the start of most relationships, men feel in control. They're admired, desired, pursued even. They set the tone, lead the energy. They feel like the king in his castle. But that energy rarely lasts. Somewhere between the good mornings and the late-night "where are you" texts, something changes. He stops leading. He starts adapting. He stops being himself. And starts becoming who he thinks she wants. That's the beginning of the decline. And the deeper he goes, the harder it is to climb back up. There are three major shifts that slowly drain a man's power in a relationship, and most of them go unnoticed until it's too late. Point 1. He replaces leadership with compliance. In the early stages, a man leads, not in a controlling way, but with clarity, confidence, direction. He says, "Let's go here," not "Where do you want to eat?" He plans dates, sets boundaries, brings the masculine structure that polarizes attraction. But over time, many men begin to fall into a trap. They confuse being agreeable with being loving. They stop making decisions. They wait for approval. They ask before every move. They believe that if they just do everything right, they'll keep her happy. But that's not how it works. When a man becomes overly compliant, he stops being exciting. He becomes predictable, safe, but boring. And women don't crave boring. When you stop leading, she stops following. When you stop guiding, she starts deciding. And before you know it, the dynamic flips. You become the one chasing her energy instead of channeling it. The lesson? Kindness is great. But compliance without backbone is weakness. And women sense that. Point 2. He prioritizes peace over passion. You want peace. You avoid conflict. You bite your tongue to keep the vibe good. You say yes when you want to say no. You laugh at the joke that stung a little. You agree, even when it chips away at your self-respect. Because you love her, right? You don't want to lose her. You'd rather avoid a fight than risk distance. But here's the brutal truth. Peace bought at the cost of authenticity is always temporary. Every time you suppress your truth, you lose a little bit of you. Every time you fold to avoid tension, you train her to lead, and you to follow. And slowly, passion dies. Because passion isn't born from peace. It's born from polarity, from friction, depth, truth. The man who's not afraid to challenge her, to stand firm in his values, to say, "I love you, but I'm not shrinking for you." That's the man who stays magnetic. But the man who folds at every sign of resistance, he becomes safe wallpaper. Nice. Forgettable. The takeaway? If you're constantly avoiding arguments, you're also avoiding growth. And if your goal is always peace, don't be surprised when the fire goes cold. Point 3. He seeks validation instead of respect. In the beginning, you were enough. You showed up, and that was it. She was into you because of who you were, not what you did. But somewhere along the way, it shifts. You start trying too hard, doing more than you receive, saying yes more than you should, sacrificing more than you ever agreed to. Why? Because deep down, you start craving something. Her approval, her validation, her praise. You start asking questions like, are we okay? Did I do something wrong? Are you mad at me? You start performing instead of being. And in that moment, you stop being a partner and start becoming a pet. Respect is built on certainty. Validation-seeking screams insecurity. The man who earns respect is the one who doesn't need approval to move. He doesn't chase a pat on the head. He moves with grounded purpose and invites her to rise into his world. Women may like attention, but they respect certainty. And without respect, desire withers. The shift? Stop asking, does she like me? Start asking, do I respect myself around her? The truth about power in relationships. Power doesn't come from dominance. It comes from integrity, from self-respect, from emotional discipline. And when a man loses himself trying to win her, he loses both. The decline doesn't start when she cheats, or when she pulls away, or when the bedroom goes silent. It starts way before that. It starts when he stops leading, when he gives up his edge, when he trades truth for approval. And the only way to stop the fall is to return to yourself, not by becoming cold, not by playing games, but by remembering who you were before you tried to impress her. Your groundedness, your purpose, your edge. Women don't lose interest randomly. They lose interest when a man stops being the man she was drawn to. So if you feel the shift, don't panic, don't chase, refocus, recenter, reclaim your frame. If this video hit a nerve, good. That means part of you recognizes the shift already happening. And that's the first step. Awareness. Now take the second step. Action. Don't just watch this and move on. Do something about it. Audit your behavior. Look at where you've softened too much, where you've bent too far, and then recalibrate. Because once a man reclaims his center, he becomes magnetic again. Not needy, not loud, but quietly powerful. And that's the kind of man who doesn't lose power. He commands it. If you want more videos like this, deep, real, and brutally honest, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell. It helps more men wake up to the truth. And if you're serious about leveling up in your relationships, drop a comment with the word reclaim, so I know you're ready to take your power back. Until next time, stay sharp, stay grounded, and never forget who you are.